So Zillow came out and said that they are already wrong in their housing forecast. And somebody asked me about one of the other forecasts, but Zillow was already down. And the reason why is because they were anticipating more, more forbearance to pop and more. In fact, is this here the chart? Oh, it's going to kick me to another article. Anyway, but what are your thoughts on Zillow saying, oops, we were wrong already 2 months into the year?
I mean, like, one, okay, two things. Now, I'm guilty because I paid them a lot of money in the past for leads, right? I've done it in the past. I did it when I first started in real estate because I didn't know anybody in Austin. Stop giving them your money if you're a real estate agent. Stop. It's a crutch. You'll become dependent on it. Just, go to any other lead source besides Zillow because these guys are absolute jokers. They don't know what they're talking about. They wasted investors' money, their own money, people's time last year in this whole acquisition, e-buyer program that they messed up on for the same reason. Like, they are out to do really one thing. I mean, they only list homes, but they're trying to guess prices, and they couldn't even do that right. That's like literally the only thing that they were supposed to do. That's like going to your favorite hamburger restaurant and they never have a hamburger.
Well,
like, so when are you going to stop going there for burgers? Like, they just don't have what you're looking for. They're obviously wrong. They don't know what they're doing.
So I was on the phone today with a guy who says he knows people at Zillow, and I don't think he really wanted me to say anything negative, so that's why he warned me. But yeah, but and so he was like, yeah, they're a bunch of like data people, and I said, here's the problem with data people that don't take in what's actually happening in the market and seeing it in person, and that's the problem with Zillow, and that's my biggest issue. I don't have an issue with this guy saying the market's going to crash, right? My specific issue is that saying it's going to crash based on just looking at data and not seeing the market and what's actually happening in the market. I can look at, and the question here is, right, we'll answer this question right here, right? Based on your experience, what conditions will need for you to say, yes, there's a chance of the market crashing?
Okay.
Every single day there's a risk of the market crashing.
I don't necessarily. I mean, I understand what you're saying. It would be a catastrophic event.
Yeah.
Like an external catastrophic event, that risk would exist. Right. But from what we see every day, and I'll say this every week, Jeremy, we can tell them this every single week. It's a simple matter of economics and supply and demand, right? Our supply is what right now? 1900?
I looked it up right before that. No. You want to know? I looked it up right before the channel. 1713.
Wow. This is
1,713.
So we're at a weekly negative 200 now.
Yeah.
So every week we have 200 more homes going under contract than are being listed. So it's a net negative 200. And we can't keep this up forever, and we won't. Obviously, at some point here, something's going to have to give in. People are going to have to start listing more homes. It just is going to have to. It has to happen. And buyers during this time are going to be stepping away, which they already are stepping away from the market because they're not able to get the contracts that they want. So, when supply is this low and demand is any higher than the supply, then prices theoretically should remain the same. If demand is even slightly higher than supply, then prices will continue to increase. If demand is drastically higher than supply and nothing changes, then prices will go through the roof like happened last year. What we saw, and we knew this was going to happen, we saw all through the month of January, we were all losing offers. There were no homes available.
Yep.
And we saw, if you wanted to win a deal, it was 100,000 over what was even remotely a justifiable price.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's on the boots on the ground data that just says like, okay, this isn't crashing anytime soon, and prices are going to go drastically through the roof for the rest of the year. And then this data comes out. So, anyways, I'll real quickly say this though: if there was the factors that we would see that would say genuinely that something negative is going to happen, if there was a massive rush of inventory onto the market at the prices that are currently going under contract right now. So the 30 days ago contract prices, when they close today, if you're using that as a comp, and there was a massive number of homes, I'm talking thousands, that got listed in the next couple of months, and the buyer demand stayed where it was, then the prices would have to come down pretty rapidly. What I think is going to happen, though, is even if we got more inventory, I think the buyers that had been waiting, the tier one buyers who are ready today, have the money in pre-approval, are financially qualified, and are going to be living in the home, they would come right back into the market first and keep the prices bolstered. The next tier of people would be the investors, because they'd feel confident in that. And then the next tier that we never even get to talk about anymore is the FHA, VA, zero, low money down buyers who can't even participate at this moment. So any extra inventory likely will be snagged up by the investors and those folks as new buyers are continually coming into the market. So until all of those things happen, there's no reason for us to believe that the prices will go down drastically, unless there's some massive movement.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. And so the question is when, and I mean, you answered the question quite well, but for me, I'm looking at it going, okay, interest rates are coming up. We have a perfect storm where we could see a crash. And I'm not discounting that at all. But to say these are the reasons that the market's going to crash like he does, and then the market crashes, look, I was right. But your reasons for the market were crash were in Austin, what she said in Austin a while ago was that property, that rental rates were not catching up to the amount of that price appreciation was. And that was one of them. And that's like, if you're looking, like, you have to dig for that data to say, yes, that's the reason why the market's going to crash. Because that's not a typical reason why the market's going to crash. Thanks for watching this short of the Real Amigos podcast. For more live streams, hit here. For more clips, hit here. We'll catch you on the next one.